Hi everyone, how are you guys doing? I hope you all are doing okay. Okay, so today we will be having subjects and predicates. So first of all, you have to log in using the A plus students.com. So after logging in, you click on language arts, click on your name, move on to grade 2. So this lesson is for KG and up all to grade 2. So we have from KG to grade 2. So you can all join if you're in KG, grade 1 or grade 2. And we will pick our lesson from grade 2. So we'll be having subject and predicate. We have two lessons from the subject and predicate. The first is identify the subject of a sentence, and the second is identify the predicate of a sentence. So, first of all, we need to note that every sentence has a subject and a predicate. So, every complete sentence will have a subject and a predicate. Okay, so now we will say what is the subject and what is the predicate? The subject tells who or what is doing something. So now the subject tells who is doing something in the sentence. For example, we have Jane is dancing right now. Okay, now we will say, how do we figure out what the subject is. Now, the subject is who or what is doing something. Now, look at this sentence. We have Jane is dancing right now. Now, you would ask, where is the subject in this sentence? The subject would be Jane, because if you were asked in the sentence, who is dancing? It has to be Jane is dancing, right? So Jane is the subject and she's the person doing something in the sentence. So the subject could be one word or it could be more than one word, okay? So it could have a name or it could just have a pronoun as well. So we have an example here which says she sleeps a lot. So she sleeps a lot. Now, who is sleeping a lot? We have no idea who is sleeping a lot, right? But we want to figure out who is sleeping a lot in the sentence. Now, she here is the subject. So now, when it comes to the subject, it could be a pronoun, it could be a noun also. So it could be she sleeps a lot, or it could be Jane sleeps a lot. So you see, it is just telling us who is doing something in the sentence. So you could have a name, or you don't have a name, or you just have a pronoun. It's still okay. That way you can figure out who is doing something in the sentence. Okay? So, so yeah, that's it about the subject, okay? The subject is just basically telling us who is doing something in the sentence. We also have some example here that says her friend sleeps a lot. So her friend sleeps a lot. Now, this particular sentence, right? Her friend would be the subject. Remember that it says that the subject could be only one person, or it could as well be more than one person, or it could even be one word or more than one word. Here we just have sleep, she. That's one word. And we also have Jane, that's one word. So in this particular sentence, we have her friend. So it's telling us that it's not only one word, but two words. So her friend sleeps a lot. And if you ask what is the subject in this sentence, the subject will be her friend. Okay, so we also have her best friend sleeps a lot. So when you have her best friend sleeps a lot, so you could have her best friend. Now, this is three words, right? Her best friend, right? So it could also be one word, two word, or more than one word. But this her best friend here is the subject. Because if I ask you, oh, who sleeps a lot? You would say her best friend. Okay? In general, all the sentence that we've gone through, it just tells us who sleeps a lot, okay? From her friend to she sleeps a lot to Jane sleeps a lot, her best friend sleeps a lot. In general, it just tells us who sleeps a lot, okay? So, moving on, we will go on to the predicates, okay? So, we'll move on to this one, the predicates. Now, any sentence that has a subject would definitely have a predicate. So now you could say, oh, what is the predicate? The predicate tells what the subject is doing. So remember when we had her friend sleeps, her best friend sleep. Now, the predicate will tell you what the subject is doing. When the subject is her friend, now, what is the friend doing? Sleeping, right? So, the predicate tells us what the subject is doing. It is the verb plus any other word that tells more about it. It can be one word or more than one word. So, the predicate in general is the verb, then plus the extra information that you get that gives you more details about what the subject is doing. So, we could have Jane. Now we have Jane is cooking some food, let's say in the kitchen, right? Okay. Now we know that Jane here is the subject, and then we will now say, what is Jane doing? Jane is cooking. So cooking here is the verb, and then you can add up this other information. So like it said, the verb plus other words that tells what the subject is doing. So if you want to elaborate more, then you can just say Jane is cooking some food in the kitchen. So it's giving like more details about what the subject is doing. So we have her friend sleeps. So her friend sleeps. Okay, what is the friend doing here? The friend is sleeping, so sleep here is the verb. And then we also have her friend sleeps a lot on the weekend. So we have her friend sleeps a lot on the weekend. Now, sleeps a lot on the weekend is the verb plus other information that tells us what the friend is doing. So we know that the friend is the subject and sleep here is the verb, but all these other sentences here are additional information that tells you what the subject is doing. Okay? So you need to note that each predicate tells what her friend does here because we have her friend sleeps a lot, her friend sleeps a lot on the weekend. So the predicate in general tells us what her friend is doing. So every sentence that you make would have a subject and predicates. Okay? So we can think of some more examples, but I want you all on the chat box to tell me, give me some more example. If you have some more examples, give me some more examples. Tell me, make some examples that has the subject and has the predicate. Okay, so I'll be waiting here. Give me some more examples. Let's see. You can send some examples on the chat. Okay. So send your examples in the chat. Examples that has okay. You can send them. If you have any, yes, send them and then we can work with that also. Oh, yes, we got one example. Okay, and it says her lunch spilled. Oh, that's a very good example. Her lunch spilled. So we can write that here. Her lunch spilled. Okay, so we say, what is the subject? We have to identify. Subject here is her. And then what happened to the lunch? Spilled, right? So it got spilled. So here, predicates. So you see, we're able to figure out what happened to her lunch. Okay, so we have subject her and we have spilled as the verb. So that's a good example. Her friend sleeps a lot. Correct. So her friend sleeps a lot also is a good example, because if I ask you, oh, what is the friend doing? You say the friend is sleeping a lot. So her friend there is the subject, and sleep there is what? The predicate. Okay, so let's look at some examples. We have select the two words that make up the subject. Frank's aunt sang the song. So we have Frank's aunt sang the song, and you're trying to figure out the subject. So if you say the song, of course that is going to be wrong. You have to look for the subject here. So what is the subject in this sentence? What is the subject in this sentence? So moving on here, we can see that the subject is Frank's aunt. And remember that we said that the subject could be one word or it could be more than one word as well. So it could be Frank or it could be Frank's aunt. So you see, this particular subject has two words, it's not just one. Okay, so we have also here select the two words that make up the subject. Now this is asking you for the two word, and we have the man eats everything. The man eats everything. So what is the two word here that makes up the subject? It here stands at the predicate, right? So we know that it here is the predicate, and then the man here would be what? The subject. So the man is the subject here. That's it. Okay? So that's it about the predicate, the subject. You just need to be able to identify the subject in the sentence. So let's move on to our test. I want you all to send in your answers. Let's have an interactive section. Okay? So send me your answers on the chat as we answer the test. So first of all, we have select the two words that make up the subject. Those boys missed the game. Now I'll wait for your answer. Tell me, what is the subject here? I'll be waiting for your answer. Okay, look at this question carefully. Okay, look at it carefully. The subject will be those boys. Okay, remember that the subject is always also starting the sentence. You cannot have the subject at the back. of the sentence or at the ending. You always have it at the beginning. So those boys would be the subject. Okay, good job. So we also have this one. This was in our tutorial. We did it. Frank's aunt sang the song. So yes, Frank's aunt will be what? The subject. So babies cry at night. This one you just have to figure out one word that makes up the subject. Babies cry at night. So tell me, what is the subject here? Okay, so option one, babies. Good job. So our answer is babies. Babies cry at night. So babies is the subject. So we have Sparkle pulled the rope. What will be the subject here? We just need one subject. So what's that subject here? Okay, so option one, that's good. Dogs smell well. Dogs smell well. So what's the subject here? Dogs smell well. What is the subject here? Dogs smell well. So what's the right answer here? So dogs smell well. What will be the correct answer here? Dogs smell well. So what's the right answer? Mm-hmm. So dogs, option one, dogs smell well will be dogs. Your brother runs fast. Your brother runs fast. So your brother runs fast. What would be the correct answer here? Your brother runs fast. Tell me, what's the correct answer here? Your brother runs fast. What is the subject? Your brother runs fast. Hmm? So what's this one here? So what is the right answer here? What is the right answer here? So, your brother is the subject. So we have selected two words that make up the subject. Stan's brother tricked me. Stan's brother tricked me. So Stan's brother tricked me. Two words that make up the subject. So Stan's brother would be the subject. The woman named her baby. The woman named her baby. So what would be the subject here? What would be the subject? The woman named her baby. Mhm. Good. So this one, what is this one? What would be the answer here? Mhm. So it would be the woman, okay? The woman named her baby. Okay, so everyone, tell me, do you have a question concerning the subject before we move on to the predicate? Do you have any question concerning this lesson before we move on to the next, which is the predicate? Let me know on the chat if you have any questions. Okay, good. So let's move on to the predicate since you guys have no questions. Okay, so moving to the predicates. Like we've said, um, Every sentence has a predicate, just like it has a subject. And I've told you all that the subject um is starting the sentence, and it's what the person is, and it's who is doing something in the sentence, and then the predicate is what the subject is doing. Okay, so select the three words that make up the predicate. The woman named her baby. What is the three word here that makes up the predicates? So it's going to be the woman named her baby, right? So named her baby would be the predicate here, because the woman is the subject, right? Now, what did the woman do? Named her baby. So named her baby, the predicate. So select the three words here that make up the predicate. Nina's uncle reads the newspaper. Nina's uncle reads the newspaper. Okay, so what is the predicate here? Now, Nina's uncle would be the subject, and then reads the newspaper would be the predicates. Okay, because that is what Nina's uncle's doing. He's reading the newspaper. Okay, so let's move on to the test. As usual, I want you all to send in your answers. Let's interact. Okay. Good. So we have this one. Select the three words that make up the predicate. The woman named her baby. We know that this is named her baby because we just did that right now. So we have your friend lost her lunch. Your friend lost her lunch. So what is the three words that make up the predicate here? What is it? So what is the three words that makes up the predicate here? Your friend lost her lunch. Your friend lost her lunch. Okay, lost her lunch. Thanks for the answer. Lost her lunch. Then our cat comes to me. Our cat comes to me. What is the word that makes up the predicate? Our cat comes to me. Our cat comes to me. So comes to me. Okay. So comes to me. So we have your family walked outside. Your family walked outside. So what is the two words that make up the predicate here? So we have walked outside. Okay? Walked outside. Now, the clown laughs loudly. The clown laughs loudly. So which of these is the correct answer for the predicates? Let me know, guys. So laughs loudly is the predicate. Laugh loudly. So we have the cat surprised me. The cat surprised me. So which of these two is the predicate? Is it surprised me or cat surprised? So surprised me is the predicate. Okay. So surprised me. Okay, we have puppies play together. Puppies play together. What is the right predicate here? Is it puppies or play together? So which one is the right predicate here? So place together is the right predicate. Okay, so we have Grandpa gave me present. Grandpa gave me presents. So Grandpa here is the subject. So gave me presents will have to be the predicate. So yes, that's it for our subject and predicate. You can let me know if you still have a question. And if ever you still have a question or you still need more help after this live, you have to click on this chat button here. You can click on this chat button and you will get more help. So just click here. I'll show you here. So when you click here, you can get more help. That is after this class. If you still need more help, click on that. You get more help. But before we finish right now, tell me, Do you have any question about our lesson today? Let me know if you have a question so I can explain to you. Do you have any questions or you have no question? So you can leave on the chat box if you have or you do not have. So is there any question or no questions? You can let me know. So I'm guessing there's no questions. Okay, yes, no questions. Good. So I hope that you all have a good night and have a good weekend. We see you again next week. Thank you for joining the live and take care, everyone. Bye.